Good day. Hope everybody's having a good one out there. So, it would appear that Robert Smith of The Cure is picking up where the Swifties, aka Taylor Swift fans, have left off. Now, anybody not in the know, Taylor Swift fans were pretty irate about the way Ticketmaster was handling the sales of Taylor Swift shows. Um, Needless to say, it did not go over very well. And you screw around with the Swifties, well, they got Ticketmaster hauled in before Congress. And here's what else: they actually brought both sides together to both go against Ticketmaster and their practices. This was a bipartisan meeting that took place. You can watch the whole thing on C-SPAN. It's like 3 hours long. They had people from all ends of the industry there, whether it be musicians themselves, other ticket providers, venue owners, stuff like that, people in the know in the industry, and all that. Well, since then, Robert Smith has been pretty active and vocal about what's been going on with the sales of their tickets, even going so far, and this is a tweet directly from Robert Smith's account. It says approximately 7,000 tickets across approximately 2,200 orders have been canceled. Now, that's a lot in the scheme of things. These are tickets acquired with fake accounts listed by secondary resale sites. Ticketmaster have identified specific locations from secondary postings. Now, those, again, in the know also know that Ticketmaster, and why this tweet is worded and it's the way it is because Ticketmaster owns a big percentage of those secondary markets and has been caught red-handed. They take a chunk of the tickets before anybody gets a chance to buy them. They sell them directly to the secondary market, and then bots that they also own fight back and forth, artificially inflating the price of the tickets. So what are we to do? And Ticketmaster also owns a big percentage of the venues. They own over 80%. They own a massive amount of the sports industry where they play. I mean, it goes on and on and on. But we're not here to talk about sports or any of that and all the other underhanded Ticketmaster things. We're here to talk about people actually doing something about it. Now, there's been a lot of artists that, have had things to say, but I haven't really seen many be actively doing the things that Mr. Smith here is doing. Now, one of the other things that he did was he opted out. The band's whole tour has opted out of the platinum and the dynamically priced ticket options, and restricted ticket transfers in markets where he has legally allowed to do so, with the exception of New York, Colorado, and Illinois, and I think there might be a couple others. These are all in states that have enacted legislation protecting resellers. So, good. You got your bag there. But there's a whole bunch of other states that he's not playing games. If you are legally allowed to do so, fine. But there's a lot of gray area there, and there's a lot of loopholes, and there's a lot that he could do on his end to stop the artificial inflation of tickets. Listen, we got some of this is The Cure, okay? to say that their fan base is of the Gen X, you know, age bracket, is putting it mildly. That's basically their fan base. I'm sure they are making fans daily and new fans all the time. That's the beauty of music. It can be timeless, and especially a band like The Cure. But they know that the majority of the people that are going to see them cannot afford to pay ridiculous, outrageous amounts of money to be able to not see them because they're the size of a postage stamp held out past arm's length. This is how ridiculous these prices have gotten. And it's good to see that there is something. I hope that this starts a trend. I hope that he leads by example and that other bands and artists are going to start doing the same thing. There's a good write-up about this in Songwriter. In fact, the Limited Times did a story similar about some of the things that he's been doing to fight against. Now remember, he's not so much fighting against the resellers as he is Ticketmaster themselves. They know what they're doing, and he knows that they know what they're doing. So he's doing things to try to combat this. Now, there is only so much that is in his control. And at the end of the day, they're going to find ways to nickel and dime the hell out of everybody. They got caught. One of the things in Congress that they got caught doing was they got caught with they had to negotiate venue fees thing. They had to negotiate venue fees of a venue that they own. These are lies. These fees that they keep tacking on and surcharges. We have come to the point where the fees outrank the ticket price itself. This is asinine, and it cannot continue. And the more that we buy into this or just accept that this is the way, the Swifties did not accept that this is the way things are going to be from now on. I mean, and these are people that were willing to pay outrageous prices, but come on. This is a little too much, even for people prepared to pay outrageous prices. If you even piss off that demographic, you've pissed off the rich folk. You've pissed off the rich politicians. Now you pissed off the Swifties that were prepared to pay money. But no, that wasn't good enough for you. No? Well, trust me. Now we have Robert Smith in the game. What else is coming? I don't know. But I know he's got plenty of things planned, and he's going to be continuing this. And I applaud him. I really do. And I hope that there are more people that are going to be out there doing the same thing as him. Don't just bow down to, go to your local senators, petition them. There's all sorts of different things you can do. And you also can take your money elsewhere. And you can choose to say, I am not going to do business with a company that robs its patrons and its artists. Both. The only ones making out on this deal is Ticketmaster. Everybody else gets robbed. People going to the show get robbed. The bands themselves get robbed. The only people not getting robbed are Ticketmaster. And we need to seriously start putting some serious change to that. Are you going to the Cure? Have you seen the ticket prices? How's everything going in your neck of the woods? We have more to talk about with this whole subject. I never thought that I would be talking about Taylor Swift and The Cure in the same video, but here we are. Thanks, I guess, Ticketmaster, for giving us this ridiculous situation to which I have to, I mean, these are two opposite ends of the spectrum musically. and here we are. And you've managed to piss a lot of people off. What's next? Let me know what you think. And, are you going to see The Cure? Are you going to see Taylor Swift? What do you think about this whole thing with Ticketmaster? Any suggestions? Let me know what you think. Comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And try to have a great day out to everybody. I'll see you in the next one.